everyone. So today I want to create a birthday card, and I am going to focus on the Spellbinders Love on the Rocks die set, but it's a birthday card, not a Valentine's card, so I'm going to omit the hearts and the love. I mean, of course, I'm always working with love, but I don't want these icons in there. So I just used the glass over here. And I cut it from silver cardstock with double-sided adhesive on the back. And I also created myself the liquid. This is colored with Copic markers, and it's gonna go behind. But first, I want to go through which dies I used from these collections, and then we'll get started. So, as I said before, this is the glass. This base I just used the top edge to get the roundness over here, and the rest is just drawn in, and I cut the bottom part with this die, and yeah, that's that. For the glass itself, I tried something different. I got myself a piece of acetate, and I embossed it with a Tim Holtz 3D embossing folder, which is this one over here, and it's called, where's the name? Over here, Crackle, because I want to mimic kind of like a crystal glass look. This embossing folder I used for my background, and I used the Tim Holtz black, it was alcohol and cardstock. I think now it's just called black heavy stock. So that's that one. This is this smooth kind of black paper, and I'm gonna color that in just a bit. Other things I used, because I want to kind of create a Negroni kind of cocktail, I used from this set over here, this is the Tropical Flair, I used the orange. So let me put those back. They are already cut out over here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of ink. So these little pieces, that's that set. From this set, I just used the little skewer, bamboo skewer, and the orange peel. That's this one over here, and this little layering piece, and the skewer. Put that aside. From this one, I also cut the ice cubes, and I cut them from vellum. I'm not sure if I want to add them, but just in case I need them, I've got them ready. As I said, this is the embossing folder I used for the background, and these are just the other dies that come with this cocktail collection. And now I'm realizing that I didn't die cut a straw, but let me first assemble everything, and then I'll go check what color I want the straw to be. So this is the Christmas one, this is the Halloween one, and now they came out with this love Valentine's themed one. And I love these dies because you can interchange all of these little decorations for whatever style you want to create. So get these out of my way, and I want to actually start with my background because I need that to be dry when I continue to work on it. And I think just for, I don't know if that will work, but for added stability, I'm probably just gonna place it back in here because I don't want to smash my embossing. And I might use a little bit of washi tape just to hold it in place. So first I want to do, like, I want the cocktail to be the focal point. This doesn't have adhesive on the back, so I can use it as a dummy. I'm not sure, place it here, place it there. We'll see, but I kind of want the viewer's eye drawn to the cocktail glass, of course. So I want to create a kind of spotlight where the cocktail glass is standing, and I'm going to do that with Distress Oxide. And later I'm going to use some gilding wax, or I have, well, this is Gilding Wax by Kusa, and this is Sizzix Luster Wax. And I might add some to the embossing. Do I need an, yeah, I need a second one. So get that in place. Maybe even one from the back over here, because I don't want things floating around while I'm working. So bring it around the corner and just stick it down. And by the way, let me check my lighting. Is it okay? I think just to be safe, I'm gonna turn this on. Yeah. Because it's, well, it's kind of cloudy, but the sun tries to come through, so the lighting could change. Okay, I chose these light yellow colors. I think I'm gonna start out with the scattered straw and a blending brush. Now I don't want to go overboard with this, I really just want to have my little focal point. And I'm probably gonna turn this. Well, now I should actually decide where I want my glass to be in the end. So over here, I think that's a nice spot over here. Yeah, that's where it's gonna go. So start like that. I think this is even going to be the only color I'm going to use for my little spotlight. A little bit more. Turn it again, come in from this side, and kind of fade it out towards the edges of my spotlight. So I don't want to go higher, I want to go wider instead. And I'm gonna cut this to size in the end. I think we're good like that. A little bit more light towards the center, but size-wise, I'm trying to leave it like that. Okay. That's good. Yep, happy with that. So close this and put my oxides aside. This brush needs to be cleaned later because it was an oxide. And now I want to grab my waxes. Okay, I have the purple, I have a dark blue, I have this orangey kind of color, and I'm really not sure which colors I want to use. I also have some more colors off to the side. This is a light pink. What else do I have? Turquoise and okay, jade green, something like that, and vintage rose. I think this is gonna be good around the bottom. Well, let's see. So I'm going to use these little blending tools. I have one from Tim Holtz and a few from Studio Light, and the little blending foams. I think I still want to start with the dark colors coming from the top. So, oops, something flew. Ah, It's here, okay. Not on my card. I love the smell of these. They smell like oranges. And I do like that smell. I prefer the smell of lime, but orange is fine too. Just get some wax on there. And then just carefully follow. Actually, ooh, you know what I want to do? I want to cover up the sides. Let me grab some Post-it notes for that. I don't want to go over, so let me just cover that up just to be safe. These lines aren't perfectly straight, but you can kind of mask off what you don't want. Hard to see on the black though. Like that. I just kind of try to be precise here, but this is far from perfect. Just kind of trying to mimic this curve with my scissors. Like that. Okay, so now back to my wax. And just carefully, I might have to get some more. Carefully bring it in. That's too much. Way too much, but I think I have to work with that now. And just carefully bring it in. Don't want to keep it on my fingernails because then sorry for shaking the camera, I have my towel hanging from the camera stand. Okay, on to my next color, which is going to be this purple. And then from now on, these wax, not wax, got some on my nail again. These blending foams are going to live in the wax, jar. So these are my dedicated, or going to become my dedicated color foams for this technique. So I think I'm gonna go with this one next. This is the rose quartz. Do I still have a blending tool somewhere here? And go lighter towards the area where my glass is. That's nice because it also has some like glitter particles in there. I'm just following these lines over here. Blend in some more of the purple. Okay, am I good? Get back some more blue. So this is a process. I'm just building up my colors. Okay, I think that's all right. Or should I come in with a little bit of this from the bottom? But I don't want it to take away from my glass. But it could kind of act as a reflection, right? So I'm gonna use some of this on the bottom. Sometimes the oils want to separate in these little jars. Get myself a new foam. I'm running out of blending tools here, so oops. Get this one in the jar and close that one because they don't like to be open for too long. Wow, such a rich color. So just a little bit, just in this area where there could be a light reflection from my glass. Okay, that's it. Gonna get all my blending foams off and into the jars. Maybe just blend this out a little bit. And oops, that's the wrong way over here. Okay, I'm messing up my hands right now. Pretty bad. Okay, where's my towel? Oops, okay. Now I have wax everywhere, as you can see. So I'm trying to get rid of that. Close my jars first. And then I'm gonna do a little cleanup, and I think I'll be right back. You don't have to watch me clean my stuff over here. There's the lid over here. Okay, so my workspace is fairly clean again, and this is my background. I still have wax on my hands. I hope it won't come off onto any other papers. Okay, yeah, this is my background. I'm gonna put that aside for now and start working on my other little things over here. So this is my fake crystal glass. I'm just gonna flatten this out, pick this up. As I said before, this has double-sided adhesive on the back. And I'm just going to stick this down. Just like that. And I'm going to trim around it with my scissors. Just oops, trim it out roughly because this curling is really making it difficult for me. Okay, put this aside and cut the rest like that. Okay, that looks all right. Now for these edges I'm going to, I could have actually done that before and cut it with the plastic. I'm going to add very thin double-sided adhesive, and I am going to cut off whatever I don't need. Just don't want it to show inside. Well, for this one I could actually just fold it over when I'm sticking it down. Like that. One on top. Or maybe two. Because of the roundness, it's easier to just do this in two parts. Okay, got that on here, and for this part I'm going to use a thicker one. I have this one over here. This is like 3/8 of an inch probably. Yeah, something like that. And also do it in two parts. Okay, so now we have this. Let me check what it's gonna look like, because we still need our straw. Can adjust the height if I want to. And we need our oranges and so on. So first let me do that, then I'll place it on my background, and then I'll pick a color for my straw. Okay, so these all have, except for the ice cubes, they all have double-sided adhesive on the back, and I just want to add a little bit more color. So this one still has the scattered straw on it, so I'm just going to place this here and just blend a little bit of that onto the orange slice on the white part and the orange peel. So that's that. Don't need that one anymore. And I want to darken the orange, so let me see. I think I'm going to start with this one. Here's my little orange blending tool. And just lightly add some color, just to give it a little bit more depth. Now these, I wonder if I should, and I'm going to do that, I'm going to use some of that wax on them. But for these, just coming from the bottom, turn all of them the right way, and just, now they are adhesive bagged and they are sticking to this mat, so I don't have to hold anything in place and can just blend over it. Okay, got these done, and now trying not to touch anything. Well, I will have to touch it when I remove the foam, but for this one I'm just going to lightly hit it with the wax to give it a little bit more shine, because we want a fancy cocktail over here. That's good. Put that back like that. And I'm just gonna rub it a little bit with a paper towel just to buff off any excess and still leave some of the shine on there. Actually, that was probably a bit too soon. Gonna repeat that once more. They tell you on these waxes that you should buff the excess off, but sometimes I feel like I take away too much of the shine. Don't know why that happens, or if I'm doing something wrong. So if you know how to do it better, then let me know, please. So leave that for a moment. And start assembling. I wonder, I think I'm going to hang this one on the edge of the glass, but I need this to go through my orange, right? So I'm going to cut it apart before applying these. Where's my scissors? Here. Kind of toward the top. So get this piece in. How do I want to place it? Interesting. I should have placed it, oops, in here. Okay, I'm gonna cut a slit for the orange. Let's not make this more complicated than it needs to be. So glass is gonna be here. Yeah, then that's gonna be an empty place. So I'm gonna place my orange like that. Oops. Okay. This has to wait for now. Get these on. I'm gonna actually remove these little dots just by pressing them down onto this mat. They're gonna stick to it, I hope. Of course they're not. Well, pull them out like this. Actually, I didn't have to place this down first, so correct the mistake. Place this in here. I wonder, maybe I should have left the little pieces inside. I think I like it better like this. So I'm just going to place these little things back again. I like it better when they're in place. Now I hope I get them in the right place. That looks good. This one in here. And this one in here. Just gonna rub over it with the back of my tweezers. Okay, that looks good. Now this piece can go back on like that. And yeah, I need to figure out where. Yeah, I need a slit in here, definitely. I'm going to cut it right here at the edge. And insert the orange like that. And I'm also going to push my straw through that place. So let me grab a craft knife. And my little cutting mat. Use this magnetic ruler to hold it down. And cut my little slit. So starting about here. Is that enough? It did cut through, but not perfectly, and not all the way. So let me see. I can get it inside, but not the way I like. So get a little more in this direction. That's perfect. That's the way I want it. Okay. So now we need the straw. Actually, okay. Close this up to avoid injuries. Then get this out of my way. Place this back where it belongs. Just off to the side here. Okay, so I need a straw. What color straw do I need? Just hold this in place. Actually, I can already glue this down because I will be able to slide the straw in here too. Maybe blue to pick that up again. I think I'm gonna go with a shiny blue or something like that. Shiny blue is good. So I have some metallic cardstock. I thought I had metallic cardstock. Where are you? That's the color one. Sorry, the silver one. I want the color one. Okay. Here it is. Ooh, and I remembered something while digging for my cardstock, and I want to do that first. Get these things out of my way. This too. Oops. Or let me really just cover it up with a paper towel because I want to add some Distress Spritz to this. What color? I think I'm gonna go with the spiced marmalade for some orange. Or do I want the crackling? I'll do the crackling campfire. So, gonna shake this up. Okay, the little ball isn't moving yet, the mixing ball. So, now. Yeah, and most of the sludge is gone from the bottom. And I just want a few little droplets, so I'm going pretty far up. Prime my spray, okay. Pretty far up and just a little spray while passing. And maybe one more with a slow motion, spraying motion, just to give me drips like that. Perfect. Clean my nozzle, cap on, and off to the side you go. Somehow I have spritz on my fingers. Just grab that with a paper towel. Okay. Next thing, I do have some white cardstock lying around. cut a piece, remove this, and let it dry. And I just want to collect these drips, because why should they go to waste, right? I love my spritz. And maybe this is gonna be a background someday. So just a little cleanup with a piece of paper. Now grab my wet towel. Like that. My little, don't want to shake the camera. Okay, my little liquid can dry, and I'm gonna die cut my straw. I wonder which one would look better. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay. Get me some double-sided adhesive on the back. And the straw from the, I wanted to say from the Negroni set, from the Love on the Rocks set is really thick, so I'm going to choose a straw from one of the other sets. This one has the stripes. I don't need those, I just want the straw. Oh, actually, you know what I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use from this set just the hard mixing stick, and I'm going to cut the heart off, because this is the straw and it's really wide. I think it's too much of a straw for my taste, so just use this die. And just cut it like that. Paper flying over here. And I will die cut this out. I hope I'm not shaking the desk too much. Okay, straw is in here. This can go back into my blending toolbox. Die goes back to the die set. Okay, that's back in place. Now I want to assemble. I'm gonna buff this one more time, just a little bit. You see, maybe I should just let it dry longer and then buff it. I think that's the solution to my problem. Okay, now let me see. This piece is going on here. And this one goes over here, like that. I like the shininess. I'm quickly gonna hit this one with the heat tool just to make sure these drops are dry. And I'll jump right back. Okay, this is now dry. So just to make sure everything is in the place I want it to be, I want to slide in my straw. A little more like that maybe. I'm gonna take this off partially to just keep my straw in place, like that. And my orange, I'm gonna remove it once more. And now we want to continue this nicely so that it looks like the skewer is going right through the orange. So that's why you need to line it up carefully. So get the orange half into the glass. Okay, that didn't want to work. I am going to cut this slit a little bit wider still in this direction. So just insert my tiny scissors in here. I hope that helped. Okay, straw is in here. Okay, this wants to bend over. Okay, I'm going to straighten it in the end. Now this wants to stick together. Okay, let me check from the front. So straw. Straw is over here. Orange over there. And my skewer is straight again, kind of. Okay, so now, do we need ice or do we not need ice? I think I'm going to cover up too much of my spritz if I add ice. Yeah, just put these aside for another time. Okay, so now I'm going to peel off all of these liners. And I am going to just bend them over, and if there's any overhang after I've assembled it, I can always go back with my scissors. But just push it into itself, but make sure that it doesn't show inside the glass. That's the only thing we really care about. We don't care about what's outside of the glass, just inside is important. And here it's not so bad behind my orange slice. Oh, and I must not forget my little orange peel. I removed the top layer. That was not very clever. Other way around. So, come on. stay where you are. Like that. Okay, now pick this up carefully, keeping it in one piece. Okay, I am also going to cut a little slit in here. So, craft knife back out. Actually, I can first put my liquid in, because that's not going to get into the way. So remove this liner. Because then I have all this stickiness gone, or most of it. And it's probably not going to curl as badly. Tear it and remove the second half. And now make sure that all these little things are in the right place once more before adding the liquid. I think that's as best as I can get it. So I think I am going to lay this one flat and put it like this and commit. Okay, so this is down, this is down, this is down. Got a little bit of overhang on this side, but that's no problem. Just trim it off and no one will know. Oh, and you know what I like? This puffiness kind of makes a round look on my glass. That's cool. And I did see some tape overhang down here. Fold it in. Okay, so our glass is done. Now I need a little slit in here. I'm just going to do this off to the side over here for my little orange peel. Did it go through? Yeah. Okay, and here we also have some overhang of tape. Just remove that. So, how did I place it? I think this piece should go inside a little bit. That looks good. Fancy cocktail over there. Okay, so now I need some adhesive on this part. Don't tell me. Gotta get up and get a new one. That one's empty and I don't have any within reach. So, fresh roll of tape runner. Just 3 little stripes, but I actually want to trim this to size first. So let me grab my trimmer. Actually, let me check what size is this. Does it tell? 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. I'm quickly gonna measure my card bases. Yeah, I measured my card bases, the ones that are B6, and it will fit nicely, so I'm just going to trim this to 4 1/4. Let me see, a little bit less, because I want the embossing to go all the way to the edge. Maybe let's do 4 1/8, and we're safe. and I need 6 1/8. Just get myself a ruler. This is always my little method of extending the reach of my trimmer. So line up the number 9, and then this is, so the 8 would be 6. I need 6 1/4. So that's 6 1/4. Make sure this is nicely lined up. And let's see if we're all right, or if it cuts, it leaves too big of an edge. Oh no, the sun is coming out a bit more again. Okay, so let me just make sure the embossing goes right to the end. So now, where's my little glass? Place it over here. Make sure it's straight. Okay, it doesn't want to stay down, but with a little bit pressure, it'll be fine. I really like the effect that this embossing folder gave my glass. I don't know if you can see it on camera. And with the sun, there might be a glare. Okay, it doesn't want to stay. So I need a different kind of glue. Nope, it won't stay. Okay. Then, you know what I'll do? I'll use little foam adhesive. Carefully remove the places that want to stick. Okay, so I do have black foam squares over here. Get one over here, one over there, and a small one here. Here, oops, and here, and this is the edge that is thin enough for my straw. This length will be fine. Just place it behind the straw, like so, and probably one more here in the middle. Tweezers, and remove. Okay, backings are removed, but one thing I realized, I don't have a sentiment on here yet, and I'm going to change that. I have my Tim Holtz stamp platform over here. Turn it this way. Sometimes I just need an extra magnet, so I have these thin ones that you could actually use inside a card. And I want to have happy birthday on here. And I really love the happy birthday from this, well, where is it? Here. Haha, you know what? I have a die for this, so I'm going to stamp it and then die cut it. Because stamping would mean it had to be here. And when I have my glass in this place, yeah, and if I die cut it, I can move my sentiment a little bit further to the left, which is, I think, optically more pleasing. So, well, why not keep it in here for now? Stick my little glass back into place. Straight, I hope. Straw is in place. Yeah, and this will hold now. Okay. So okay, I still have my white cardstock over here. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to die cut first, stamp second, because I want to emboss, and if I emboss before die cutting, then the embossing powder might get smashed. So where did I put this? Over here. And of course I never used these dies before, so I still have to snip them apart. Got my little, I just need the, this is the happy birthday, right? Yeah. So just snip it out. This is Colorado Craft Company. No, I'll use foam dots. So run that through. I'm working slowly so that the camera won't shake. Okay, now I want to keep this in my paper, if it lets me. Okay, first of all, get all these out of my way. This over here. Now, okay, the fallout pieces, I don't care about those. They can go. So this is, oops, shot into my face. That's not a fallout piece, but, well, I just want to keep my paper in here. So, and if not, you know what, I can always place it back. That's what I'm going to do. So, carefully remove this from my die. Place this in here. Put this back like that. Magnet. Place this on here. Okay, I like the exclamation mark, but somehow it doesn't line up with the B over here, so let me just make sure this is really in the place I want to have it. Okay, I'm back. So I actually want to emboss twice, once with silver and ones with, I think, peacock feathers to mimic the color of my straw. So I have my embossing box ready over here. Open my silver. Now I need my Versamark ink pad, and I'm going to ink up my stamp. Stamp with nice even pressure. Got it. Okay. Now get this into my little embossing station. Sprinkle with embossing powder. Remove it. And I'm going to heat this one. I'll be right back. Okay, this is now embossed. I'm quickly going to put my silver back into the jar. Get this in here. Okay, and stamp again. And then I'm going to emboss with the peacock feathers. So this still fits nicely in its place. Second layer of Versamark goes on. Stamp. Okay. Remove. Get this out of my way. Oops, this hasn't even been opened. I usually try to remove all of these little foils before I store them, but obviously I forgot with this one. So open the jar. Get my little die cut, sprinkle. And I'm doing this twice because the embossing glaze is actually translucent, but I didn't want my writing to be translucent. I wanted the silver in the back. Blow on it to get rid of any excess powder. There is still some on the edges, just using my fingers. And I also have a little paintbrush over here because I can see some here. That doesn't go there. Okay, so now I'm gonna emboss this and I'll be right back. So I'm done embossing and this is what we have. So the blue isn't quite as prominent as it was when the powder wasn't melted yet, but you see it kind of has a metallic-y appeal to it. And that's what I wanted. So get my powder back into the jar again. And then I'm going to place my little sentiment on my card. Get that out of the way. Get the card back. So this is our card. And oops, I still have a little piece of paper in here. Yeah, better. So now I can get the happy birthday right there in that place. And actually, do I want to pop it up? I think so. So use some of these again, but I need to cut them smaller. I'm gonna do that with my, where are they? My recoil snips by Tim Holtz. I think they really cut nicely through this. Actually, I also could use this little line over here because it's quite thin. So maybe cut it apart and use it over here. Doesn't want to stick. Oh, that's why I had it sideways. Okay. And one in the end over here. Snip it again. Get that in there. And maybe a piece over here. Okay, and now just cutting these in half. Some like this, some the other way around, or diagonally, and some straight, and just place them on my project, on my die cut. Wherever I feel I need one of these little dots. This piece can go here. So I'm also using the pieces on the edge, really. Nothing goes to waste over here. Like this. And I think we need one more and then we'll be good. Or maybe two more. One over here. Okay, that's just the liner. Come off. One in this area. One here, and I think we're good. I still have liners on some of these, just on this one. Okay, so this is going over here. Happy birthday. Looks straight, and I'm going to, actually I'm done. I'm going to adhere this to a card base, and I am going to pop a photo of that in at the end of this video so you can see the finished card, but you don't have to watch me lining this up perfectly on a card base. And I'm also not 100% sure which color I want to use for this. That would actually be quite a good option. I think I'm going to go with another piece of this paper. Okay, so see you next time. I hope you liked it. And if so, give me a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, and see you next time. Bye!